I really shouldn't push it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. What's up, people? Welcome back to the parts, guys. And you can already see it over my shoulder, but I have t-shirts to announce. These are my favorite design I got so far. I do have a few other logos I've put on the website already, plus a few stickers available. And if you guys want to pick those up, help support the channel, just hit the link in the description below. And now let's get into the video.
The Parts Guys.
Like I said, I smoked my clutch twice, and the first time I had Drake in the car, and we both just looked at each other and pretended like nothing happened. And then the second time, I was messing around with this 5th gen Prelude, and the clutch pedal didn't feel right to begin with, so I didn't have any business messing around. But nonetheless, that night is when the clutch went to the floor, and it just stayed at the floor. I pretty much had to limp it back home and get it in the garage, and now I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did to get this thing back on the road again. I picked this setup a while back. I just wanted to wait, until it actually broke before I fixed it. But yeah, so I already have a master cylinder that I'm ready to swap out, and I'm also going to swap out the slave cylinder as well. I don't think I'm going to swap this hydraulic line. It kind of, it looks cool or whatever, but it's kind of a pain, and I don't want to do it sloppy. If I replace that, I want to replace the whole clutch line, and to do that while the motor is in, it's kind of a pain, and I ain't trying to work that hard. So as long as we can replace the master cylinder and the slave cylinder and get by, we're going to go for that. But before we can really tell if the clutch is smoked completely, we got to fix the hydraulic problem. So I had to make some space, so I pulled the radiator and the whole AC system because it barely worked to begin with, and honestly, I don't need that crap. It's just in the way. I don't want to work that hard when I put the turbo setup in, so I ain't trying to save the AC. I have gone ahead and removed the hard line from the slave cylinder and broke these two nuts loose. I believe those are 12 mils down there. And I broke the hard line out of there. So if you look up there, that is a 12 mil sitting up there. You got two holding them in. But I've broke them loose. I just got to take those nuts off there and then disconnect the rod from in there. This rod was a pain. It was stuck. It didn't want to turn at all in the pedal assembly down there. But just a heads up with that. I had to break the nut loose first and then try and thread this out. I mean, this one spins freely, and typically they spin, as you can see, now it spins fine. But at first, it did not want to break loose, and there's a bunch of grease on there and seepage from through here. That's one good way to know that the master cylinder's been failing is, it's seeping through the actual plunger apparatus there. But so we got the new one here. I'm gonna just pop this line off of here and put it onto this one. It's just a slip fitting. Give it a little twist first, try to break that seal before you go really yanking on it, so you don't just rip it. These old ones, sometimes you can get a little more life out of it if you just handle it delicately. Whatever, or don't. On in there. I get to climb back underneath the dash again, which, man, it hurts my back so much. I hate being under there. But I'll do just about anything else on the car without question. No complaints. Don't really worry about it. But getting underneath the dash, especially on these little cars, man, it's a pain. I know I'm a small guy, but damn. It's still tough. Alright. So this is the old one, here's the new one. Let's go ahead and bolt it down. Gotta get the angle right. The angle of the dangle. Alright, so I had a bunch of trouble trying to get the clutch line to thread back into this, so I ended up taking the two bolts back out and just having it off of it completely and threading this in that way and then just bolting it back on. You know, I don't know, just a little heads up. Some of you guys might face that and sit there and ruin the threads on this. Don't waste the time, just pop it back off. Get the angle right, thread it in, you be good. Bolt it back on. Woo, dripping sweat. Anyways, so now I just gotta go through, I gotta tighten up this end of the clutch line. I gotta tighten that one up all the way. I have already adjusted the throw of the clutch pedal and the master cylinder's mounted up. So after that, I just gotta put some fluid in the system. Then I'm going to use my little handy do-it-yourselfer vacuum little thing and try and get some fresh fluid with all the air out of it in this system and see what we got for clutch, man. Yeah. Alright, so now all I got left to do is toss this radiator and the fan assembly back in there and then fill it up with fluids. I'm just gonna put some water in for now. But yeah, once I got that topped off, we'll go ahead and toss the battery in. This one in here. Just set that down in there. And you know, as long as it is drivable, you know, I don't have to bang second super hard. But you guys know me, obviously. If you guys have watched any of my driving, any of the videos of me driving, I grab second a bit too hard. And you know, it's got to give at some point. Alright, it's just running off the battery right now, but woo, ain't seen this thing in the sunlight in a bit. Looks good. The clutch feels amazing. The engagement is at the best it's ever been. So we'll just have to see how well it holds, applying a little bit of power between gears as we drive it. I still got to run and pick up a belt to go on the alternator, and then I'll throw the belt back on the power steering pump at that time. But she's running okay. The belt that I did throw on, this is the part number for it. It's basically 38-inch 4-rib. I couldn't find a 5-rib, so just made do with the 4-rib. But yeah, so let's go ahead and fire this up, let it warm up, and then let's take it for a ride. It's a little chattery, but not too bad. Hold up on the interstate. I really shouldn't push it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I want to see what it holds up with at least a solid 1-2 shift. I smoked my clutch twice. The hydraulic system failed. I repaired that, replaced 2 parts, the master cylinder and the slave cylinder, and somehow, you guys saw it, it's holding with those 1-2 shifts, even with them being rough like that. So I'll get by for a little bit longer. But yeah, if you guys want to help support the channel, pick up one of these shirts or a sticker, hit the description. There will be a link down there. You guys take that, you can help support the channel. Anything you guys do, I greatly appreciate. Until next time, I'm Dan, the Prelude Dude. This is the parts, guys. Peace. There's two of them boys that like to pull this guy over, and I ain't trying to do that. Ooh, there's another one coming down. Man, traffic's hot. Traffic is hot. Oh, there's another one coming. Jeez, they're everywhere, man. They're coming for you, boys. Everyone throw $1 my way for, you know, bail money. God dang. They're not coming to me. They're good. Keep getting blocked on the rippage. On the rippage!